Hello and welcome to X and Y Gaming Casually Competitive. That's right. Hey, I didn't go anywhere. I mean, I did, but look, Rush Duels are out and the new Edopro is out as well. Edopro is the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. Hopefully, I'll remember to grab a link in the description towards the Discord for what used to be Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Percy server. Anyway, let's get started here, and we will do the first ever Rush duel between me, Remedy G, and my boy DJ, aka Piavica. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Starting off first, let me go ahead and pause here. This up top is DJ. He is running the Spellcaster deck. Well, I mean, he just threw together some cards, really, and he did Spellcaster focused with some dragons. Mine is I quite literally just looked up every single dragon card and threw them together. I figured this is whatever they're going for. Strong dragons, cool trap cards, and spell card support. Let's see what happens. So going first, we'll note that the first turn player actually does draw a card. That's first of all the important thing to note. And again, you can normal summon as many times as you can per turn. So he summons Stray Cat and then goes ahead and distributes it for Gravity Pressed Dragon. Sets down this one trap card that, as of right now, it doesn't do anything. It can't do anything. But in time, I will learn to hate it. So going first, I draw and I get to summon as many monsters. I summon Nightmare Phoenix. No, sorry, wrong Phoenix. Phoenix Dragon and Dragon's Priestess, then immediately tribute them for Dragonic Slayer. One of the most badass looking cards I've ever seen, if I've ever seen one. Setting down this trap card, which will come in handy, hopefully, and then attack. Uh, man, I might actually have to edit this so I can point out that number there. See if that looks familiar there. So going first, you draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. I say first, but the first thing you do is draw. And you draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. So right now, me going, I have 2. And I draw 3. Mountains goes out, and so does Lizard Soldier, who will be bait. Well, not bait, but tribute fodder as soon as I can get one more card. And it's Rush Duels, so it's going to happen. But first of all, so his Thunder the Lightning, he just summoned it. That's what he did. He summoned it, but him summoning it lets me activate my trap card. So let's take a real quick minute to actually look at these cards and take one quick thing to note. While it is essentially still Yu-Gi-Oh!, these cards have a lot of the same traits and such. There's a name at the top, an attribute in the right. The stats have gotten moved around a little. They're kind of not in the middle, but they're somewhere in the middle of the card instead of at the bottom. The stars are down there too, and they're just 1 star and a number. So these are both level 7 monsters. They're both dragon type. And they have 2500 attack and 2300 attack respectively, and 1500 and 0 defense. These things you can pretty much see. Light and earth attribute, there you go. But let's take a more close look at the way their text is written on the card. Every single card is broken down into 2 chunks. There's a requirement and an effect. Every single card. Now, in this exact instance of mountains, there is no requirement. It just happens you can activate it. That's the point. And the effect is all face-up monsters like Dragon, Wing Beast, and Thunder on the field gain 200 attack and defense. It's the same thing Mountains has always done. This trap card here, Dragon on Encounter, says when your opponent normal or special summons any monsters, 1 or more, the effect is you get to special summon a monster, specifically a dragon, from your hand. And no limit on any other kind of its level or any other type. That means some monsters may possibly have a requirement that says along the lines of when this monster is destroyed, but for the most part, flip effects are kind of dead. I guess Manning your Bug would have to be safe flip. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. For the most part, I'm sure that they're very much dead. And continuous effects are pretty much dead, too. They're all once per turn. Okay, wait, hang on. Okay, so I had a bunch of monsters. I had the lead, and I kind of messed up. So here's the deal. I'm an idiot. Okay, I thought this said destroy all of your opponent's monsters. You know, the dragon's roar, he destroys them all. No, it's not a Raigeki, it's a dark hole. So yeah. Luckily for me, all he can manage to summon is this gravity press dragon, which admittedly I'm helping raise its attack, but I mean, it's rush duels. I can summon all of these guys and then immediately go into my 7, who is a league stronger than this, so I don't really care. But here it comes. The trap card I will learn to hate. His requirement is I did when I declared attack, he has to shuffle 4 spellcasters from his graveyard to his deck. That's a pretty decent on recursion, although setting up 4 is a little hefty, maybe, depending on how fast you can get those 4 in there. It's rush duel, not that hard. Not that hard. That's a pretty strong trap card. And then it's like a mirror force. It destroys all your opponent's attack position monsters. Oh, it's fantastic. But it sucks when all my monsters get destroyed. Another thing I should point out, I feel like I'm almost certain rush duels are supposed to have 4,000 life points. For the first few duels here, you'll notice we have 8,000. We didn't really think about it. We were just like, oh, dude, rush duels are now a thing? Cool. And we dove right in. Anyways, getting ahead of myself here. Summon the legendary Blue Eyes White Dragon. It feels really good to have this card with its new artwork. And the fact that I can throw this in a TCG deck and it works no problem is hilarious. Like with a full field and everything, link monsters, and you throw in this thing. Oh, it's crazy. Anyway, so that's out, and I'm back in the advantage here. Not a whole lot he can do, and this thing summons dragons, which again he went for spellcasters mainly. He's got some dragons, but it makes it too rare and conditional. But in this instance, it lets him pitch it for an effect. Basically, he's just trying to go for getting Blue Eyes down as far as possible, but it wasn't enough. Blue Eyes' growth is too big to ignore. And this is like an MST. There's one for both. So here's the one for dragons. If you control a dragon, destroy a spell trap. And for spellcasters, if you control a spellcaster, destroy a spell trap. It's like an MST with a requirement. It's pretty easy to meet, but I like how they had to give a new one because there already is one. It's called Stamping Destruction. I guess they didn't want to have a 500 life point burn. He's got a blue eyes too, so that's cool. You know, if I summon any more monsters, he'll get it out there. I don't think I do. And that trap card, which yeah, he's got to have a spellcaster in the grave, which is relatively too easy. But all it does is lose 500 attack. It didn't really help him in this instance, but it was still cool. And like I said, I'm pretty sure this is like the first duel, maybe first or second duel. Let's go ahead and dive right in. The second duel for sure it is. I swapped decks. I actually oh I actually swapped decks, and this time I went into the spellcaster variant. I built it the same way. You know what I mean? Like just get off every spellcaster monster. Oh, okay. This was the higher attack wind level 4. Clearly not a spellcaster. It definitely comes back to back to bite me. I fix that later. But for now, we're running this, and I'm just seeing how it works. I think he's using the same deck. Summons those guys, gets them out of the field, summons the big Dragon Boy wind guy, and that's cool. And going through his whole hand, normally you wouldn't want to do that, but it's rush duels. You kind of almost get rewarded for going through your entire hand. So okay, let's focus down. So these are the new dragons, right? And of course there's the blue eyes. It's this guy, the Slayer, whatever. So here's the thing. This is the new Dark Magician, basically, and this is the new Dark Magician girl also basically. She's easy to summon. Obviously, it's rush duels. They're all easy to summon. You summon her, tribute her out, whatever, get her out. And you send one card from your hand to the graveyard. Rush duels very easy to do that. And you special summon a level 7 or higher dark spellcaster from your hand. And specifically, if it is this guy, which it should be, she gains 400 attack until the end of the turn. So she's gonna be 2,000, and he comes out with his effect, which one, two. He's gonna get 2 of right now. So basically, here you go. I sent a card to the graveyard. It wasn't a monster. Unfortunately, it's my favorite trap card that I hate being used against me. But these are 2 attributes. So his effect is you mill the 1, And then for each different attribute in your graveyard, for each one, he gains, well, not each one, because it's not, if you have 2 fire, he only gets the 1 boost. But if you have like 2 fire and 1 water, or in this case, 1 fire and 1 wind, he's getting 300 times 2, 2,700. Which lets me get over his dragons. Of course, she can get over him, and then by the end of it all, I should have set this. Sparks! Look at this. Okay, look at this. Look at this. They remade Sparks. No requirement, 200 damage, wimpy damage. Could have a better -1 in your hand to play. But the artwork is so good, and I think I love that they brought back Sparks. I imagine it's just for the hilarity factor, just because it's lol so bad. But like, look at that artwork. Oh God, I wish I was editing this video. Anyways, so attack, suicide. He's just trying to get it off the field, less damage, and I understand, but it was not enough. I think this is not game yet. Drawing 3, summoning as much as he can. No, what happened? Okay, no, wait. 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, yeah. So, even in rush duels, even when you draw 5 cards per turn, well, even, if you play out your entire hand, you still got to watch out on your level ratios. And DJ's definitely learned this since then. He's definitely stepped up his rush duel game. But, you gotta watch your ratios, kids. They will fuck you. But even if he had his 3,000 attack blue eyes, this guy with his effect and the combo spell card wombo combo over here, 4,300 attack. That's that we were having a voice chat during these duels. These are just replays, but I was like, wow, that makes him better than Blue Eyes. I kind of like this guy. That's why that was named. He's not that good. But I do like them. I really do like the rush duels. I honestly do. They're pretty sweet. And like I said, I really like the way the dragon, Blue Eyes White Dragon looks. But yeah, the new guy, he's pretty cool. The general Dark Magician guys, like Deco Talker wasn't that great, but the Link summoning mechanic was pretty cool, and it gave a lot of life to older decks because now they could like do stuff. You know, like the Skull Servants got a boost. They could summon the one White Prince or whatever, and then he could off himself for a Link Rebo, and then get his effect off that way. It was really cool, and anytime they add new things, I'm pretty much on board. I didn't think I was gonna like the Rush Duel. I really like the design of the cards. They look really nice, really nice and clean and modernized. But the dual concept is very basic, very straightforward. That definitely makes it more accessible to newer players for sure. I thought that was for speed duels, but you know, let me see the difference between this as a dragon deck to be like, oh, you want to play a dragon deck, quick Yu-Gi-Oh game with dragons. Here you go. Like this would be your bet. And if you're doing speed duels, you're doing this. And I use that, but it's a normal monster. He has no effect. It doesn't matter. So it's just a picture. But like there's a world of difference in the way you play this. Even though both of these have 4,000 life points, the fact that you play a 40 card deck in Rush and a 20 card deck in Speed Duel is insane. The fact that you can summon as many monsters as you want per turn to facilitate normal summons, like it's insane. Yeah, Dragon Caller in this specific one lets you set up to summon as many dragons in as usual possible. Like, yeah, sure. But I don't know. The speed duels and rush duels, they are so different and yet so similar. It's bananas. I love them both. And I'm very, very glad Edopro, or rather, yeah, what was Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro has come along now as Edopro to include both. Like I already had access to this. I have the Dragon deck right here, right? You know what I mean? Like that really was that really it really was. That's it. It just sits by my desk. But like, and I have that. But the fact that now I can play it with DJ more effectively, I can play Rush Duels with DJ, or anyone on I can stream. It doesn't matter. But like the fact that I can make speed duels and even now rush duels more accessible now, it is fantastic. And if you played Yu-Gi-Oh Pro, you're definitely going to want to get Edo Pro. It's smoother, it's nicer, it's more polished. It seems it's still a little buggy, but it's literally brand new. Like it came out like yesterday or the day before. So give it a try. Try it out. See what you think. See what you think about Rush Duels. Let me know. Started this drug on probably. I really don't want to edit it. I just edited a Minecraft video. So that's it. I hope you liked it. Please, 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 please like, comment, subscribe, and hug your mama. Bye bye.